But yes, and get to looking for vehicle checks while we're here because we've got a bit of time. So sorry about that. My headphones. We can do our checks. Okay, people. So you know the drill. Checks for the lights, the wires, the mirrors. Oh yeah, not forgetting going underneath the hood. So there's the lever if you're new for the hood. Where between them two, we don't want it below the minimum. As long as it's above, I like it above the max to be honest. But yeah, and then we got the cap here. We've got the window wipers. Have a look. There's one more other thing as well. If you see like new damage on a vehicle, like say this looks, well, it doesn't look brand new, but just say if you see new damage, my suggestion is to take a photo, take a video actually of the vehicle and take extra photos of the damage, because if they want to try and blame you, or basically just for your to save your ass, as they say, that's it really. There's another cap there, forgot last time. Wheels, it's working all right. So a lot of people don't even gather this sometimes. So when you are hiring and lowering, if you want to call it, your fifth wheel, or your, should I say, this bit of your truck. Sorry about all the technical words, but I'm not 100% educated on everything. But this is what moves basically. The air builds up in here. Yeah, the air builds up in there. So when it says low air and you see or hear drivers revving their engine, they're building up air in here, so that can elevate, go up, go down. So if that's got a cut in it, because sometimes you see that got a lot of wheels are decent on this side, and as I said before, you do not have as I said on most Scanias, you do not have the extra wire and stuff. Most of the time you have this. On most stuffs you have a wire that helps pull that back, but on Scanias you don't have it. Most Scanias I come across inside this side, you got two. Normally we have two plates. We got one there and we got one here. So I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna call him and ask him, show us the Sittingbourne and back. So easy job for today again. Feel bad for him a bit, but I guess you'll learn quite a lot from this experience, and not being on the weekend and being in February still, end of February, end of February, as I said before, is when things pick up, because slow times, this is just across driving in general. Across driving in general, I feel like this is the slow period, of slow season rather, that we have. So regarding fitness side of stuff, I showed you this morning. No, I did a video this morning, but I didn't show you on this vlog. I had this. And I'll repeat actually on this vlog. So I got this. I didn't get it from the BP. I got it because I was waiting around and sometimes I get bored and stuff. And instead of going to the BP, I've just eaten this a bit earlier than usual. I still would say it's a fast though. I think it was around 1:30-ish time. So they gave me the load, as I said before. I've looked in the back. So when I looked in the back a minute ago as I pulled up, the bottom load was nearly filled. So because it's a double decker, he's got to do the top as well. So I think he's doing that at the moment. I don't know if they're going to ask me to plug in to lift up the back, but I'm going to check in a minute, because it might be on the bottom deck at the moment, and he needs me to put in the wire to lift the deck up. So I'm going to go and check that in a minute and see if he needs me to assist him in that way. When drivers do that, especially compared to, this is the difference, one of the differences amongst many between a shunter, what my mind here is driving around, and a lorry, is that when you're a shunter driver, you can just plug and pump the air into the back to lift up the trailer suspension. So they can lift up the trailer, lift in the back. But with a lorry, you have to, 9 times out of 10, I would say, you have to build up the air. So you put the wire in, and sometimes you have to build up the air in, when you connect it, build up the air in the truck. So if you want to lift the trailer, the back end of the trailer, so sometimes it's low and you want to lift it up, the difference between a shunter driver doing it and a normal, this truck doing it, is that you have to build up the air. So when you plug in the wires or whatever, the earth wire, the electrical wires, the cables and all that. You have to, in a truck, you have to turn on the engine and build up the air. But on a tugger, we want to call it a shunter vehicle, different. Obviously, you just you plug it in and you press a couple of buttons and then you build up the air. So it's quite instant from what I know anyway from driving. It's instant compared to a truck. You have to do extra shit with a truck. So that's one of the difference. This is why shunter drivers are needed for double deckers. For obviously they're quicker. I've done shunting before. I still prefer driving. But anyway, I'm just rambling on. Gonna go and see if he actually needs me. Yo. I thought I'd show you this as well. So regarding video editing and all that, there's this guy I always watch, and there's this particular one called Kes1. This guy here, shout him out, Kes1. His filming is just...
The air quality in the city is currently at unsafe levels. Residents are urged to stay indoors or work from home where possible, and the city is blanketed in a hazardous pollution that's affecting daily life, public health.
See the colours, cinematic. Kes1, originally from Australia. This is the guy, in my opinion, regarding filming the video and all that. That is what, and I am capable of producing that quality of a film. The voiceovers as well. I don't know if he follows a script. Most he does. I don't know. I know he has a couple of courses as well, so check him out. There's one based in Thailand. And there's another guy, Roberto versus the World. He's another guy. This guy's a bit more level-headed. Kes1 is. And the wild one is Roberto. He's really wild in Thailand. Shout out to Roberto versus the World. He's a guy's guy, more wild than Kes1. Not saying Kes1 isn't a guy's guy, but he's more level-headed and he's got more sense about him than Roberto. People that watch him, these Thailand YouTubers, will know what I'm talking about, and this isn't no disrespect to either of them. If I want to watch wild stuff and party life and all that stuff, and I would watch Roberto versus the World. He also covers Brazil. Thailand is based in, but he covers Brazil and Thailand and some other places he goes as well. He travels quite a lot into different countries. He's even been to the UK. He's been all over the place. Whereas the other guy, Kes1, he's more dedicated to Thailand, but more about educational stuff regarding Thailand and the cinematic. He's more of a filmer. I can't think of the word, man. But he's more of a director, videographer, sorry. So he's more about presenting people with a good storyline, because most videographers, including me, I've looked at certain stuff regarding certain courses on, is it you something? I've forgotten the name of the app, but about storytelling. That's part of learning that videographer stuff. Is storylines, telling a decent story and all that. And that's what I need to work on more as well. When you're filming stuff, not only filming in line with your day, but also having a starting and a middle and the ending. I think he masters that alongside filming and getting good visuals, POVs and so on and so forth. So I would say he's your guy if you're into that. And then Roberto's he's just wild party goer. He's into all of that type of stuff. So if you like all of that, then Roberto versus the World, check that out. So they're the two popular YouTubers that I used to watch. Travel vloggers, shall I say. They were the first ones I watched. Okay, so my people, what's up? We have our job now. Off the trailer, on the way to Sittingbourne. Pulled up and checked, and so we'll see how it goes. I don't mind going over an hour and a half or something like that. I'm not going over 2 or 3 hours, man. I don't like that stuff. And then it knocks on to the next day. And it don't really affect them. It affects me. It only affects the driver regarding that. The only other thing I can do is ask them to push the times further back, but I don't like doing that, man. It still affects the driver more than them, because they can easily, I guess, juggle things around, but I like a bit more of a structure in times. And I know that's a hard thing to ask for in regarding lorry driving, but people will tell you. And when you're doing that, you're like the new guy everywhere you go, kind of thing. you're not as confident as you are if you're go to a regular job, if that makes sense, and see regular faces and do regular things. You're more confident in what you do, the people you see and stuff like that. The way you talk to someone, you know what the job's about. If anyone's, I don't know, trying anything from you, if that makes sense, like trying to BS you, because you swear, I'm saying they will, but if they did try and BS you, mate, I know the job, I know what's going on, so why are you doing that for? Why are you acting that way? Kind of thing, you know what I mean? So that is more of my priority over money at the moment. Comfortability, if that is a word, not pay. As I said, if I wanted to, I could. Not only that, doing what I do, I'm more focused on online stuff now. I'm building my own brand, if you want to call it, my own, something of my own. As I get older, I don't know about anyone else, but as I get older, that's what I want to achieve. I want to eventually move away from doing this, lorry work. I always want to be, or have the license. I always want to keep the license in case of, and I do like lorry driving, but there's certain things that I don't like about the industry. So that's just my verdict on it. There's some people that love lorry driving and everything about it, and no, hats off to you. I'm no longer that person anymore. Not in that way anyway. Maybe it's my personality, because I'm in a position where I like my own company. Not a lot of people do. They like people talk to make themselves feel comfortable, which is cool. That's each to his own. I'm more of a guy that's like, and it doesn't seem like it because I'm talking on the camera, but this is like, I'm in the cab on my own. It's just me talking to the camera. No one is talking back. And I can take this, and it's just me against me, if that makes sense. Reminds me of boxing, like you against you, really. Boxing and mixed martial arts and all these stuff. It's like you against you. I feel like this is with social media at the moment. With where I'm at, it's me against me. What can I create? What can I do? And that's why I like it. How can I make some entertaining type of footage for viewers? You know what I mean? And I have to figure out ways to push my stuff on social media by using techniques that will, how can I say, perform well with an algorithm, so people will enjoy the product. So to me, I feel like that is me versus me, because all I have to do is do my research. It's all on me, and that's one thing I do like. So
every time, my people.
Wagwan, what's up everybody? So I'm at, what you call it? Forgot now where I'm at. Sittingbourne, sorry. So I'm at Sittingbourne now. I've just had my break. I'm about to go in and drop my load and get in the empty trailer and head back. So they gave me Bay 28. So I'm gonna show you what they like at certain branches and some of what I've been talking about the air. So this, you can barely see it, but to lift up the suspension, which is, you can't see it, it's dark, but I don't know if you guys remember at the start of the shift, at the back of the truck, I showed you them two little round cylinder things. They're the air, that's the suspension to lift up the back of this trailer. So these are the buttons for it. So this will lift this up. As you can see, you want it lifted up so they can unload. This is what it's meant for. So you press that button there, and you can see the wheels lift up. You won't be able to see the. There it is. The boxes there, the blue little cylinder things. The circular cylinder things. That's a tongue twister. But you can see they will go right down to the ground. Well, it's hard to see, but so you keep a hold of this button, and as you can see, the wheels, it's got like a much bigger gap. It raises obviously the trailer, so people can load and unload in the back because of the double decker. This is what double deckers are meant for, because I don't think a lot of people know what's going on in the inside, especially people that are new to the industry. Because the first thing I knew about was class 2 and then class 1, the 13-foot-1 trailers. That's all I knew. And then I seen obviously double deckers, so now you can see how the level has changed. I knew about, I've got to just push it back as well a little bit. Actually, I don't have to, but I'll push it back a little bit for argument's sake. But you people might not know about stuff like that. I didn't certainly know about that. So that's what we do. And on the single deckers, they have a blue lever. So you got to do this before you drop the trailer. I leave a little gap because that barrier is hanging out a bit. So a lot of new people don't know about double deckers. This is near the end of the video just for that, and I don't want to drag anything on, and there's enough footage on the camera for today. So I've collected the empty trailer. For what I know, should be heading back to depot and dropping off the empty trailer, and then should be calling it a day.